Hi students, good evening to all of you. Welcome back to the new session. Today I am going to teach you chemical properties of carbon compounds. The first chemical property is combustion. Combustion means what is? Generally carbon compounds burns in the presence of air. Generally air containing generally what is? Oxygen. So carbon compounds burns in air to form water, that means H2O, which is present in liquid state, and form carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the gas which is present in which state? Gaseous state. So when the carbon burns in the air, carbon means C, like coke, charcoal, like that. It burns with air. Air containing what is mainly oxygen. Oxygen is supporter of combustion. To form what is? This will be formed. What will be formed here? Carbon dioxide. If you take hydrocarbon, like hydrocarbon means the compounds which are made up of carbon and hydrogen. This is hydrocarbon. CH4. Methane is the hydrocarbon because carbon and hydrogens are there. The compound which are made up of carbon and hydrogen, those are called hydrocarbons. So methane is the hydrocarbon. So when you take methane, hydrocarbon, it burns in the presence of air. Air means air mainly contains oxygen. Oxygen is acts as a supporter of combustion. This carbon form its corresponding oxide. Carbon corresponding oxide is CO2. Hydrogen will be there. It forms its corresponding oxide H2O. H2O means dihydrogen monoxide. Chemical name is dihydrogen monoxide. So hydrogen forms its corresponding oxide H2O. Carbon forms its corresponding oxide CO2. CO2 is carbon dioxide. Smoke is nothing but CO2. H2O, which is present in liquid state at room temperature, along with heat and light. Certain amount of heat energy is released and light, because whenever firing will be takes place, combustion means it's a firing. Whenever firing takes place, what will happen? A more amount of bulk amount of heat energy releases and light will be appears. Smoke will be releases. Smoke is nothing but carbon dioxide, and certain amount of water vapor is present in it. Have you understood or not? Okay, right. This is not H2O present in liquid state. H2O present in vapor state, gaseous state, water vapor, and here also H2O which is present in gaseous state. Okay, students. If you take carbon, only carbon will be there. This is not hydrocarbon because there is no hydrogens are there along with carbon. Carbon react with oxygen, burns in the oxygen or burns in the presence of air. It forms its corresponding oxide. Carbon corresponding oxide, what is? CO2. It is nothing but smoke. So when the combustion takes place, firing takes place. When the firing will be takes place, you know very well, heat and light energies are releases. And if you take hydrocarbon, that means the compounds which are made up of carbon and hydrogen, burns in the presence of air. This carbon forms its corresponding oxide, carbon dioxide. This hydrogen forms its corresponding oxide, water vapor, along with heat and light. This reaction is said to be combustion reaction. What is combustion reaction? Okay, students, here hydrocarbon will be given. This is alcohol. OH group, functional group is there. You know very well that is what is alcohol. Alcohols burns in oxygen or burns in air. Here what the elements are there? Carbon is there. That's it forms corresponding oxide CO2. Smoke will be releases. And hydrogen is there. That's it will releases water vapor H2O. Along with which one? Heat and light. This reaction is said to be which one, students? Combustion reaction. Combustion means the hydrocarbons or carbon which reacts with oxygen in the presence of air to form its corresponding oxides along with heat and light. This reaction is said to be combustion reaction. It's very important reaction. Okay, students, for your sake I will take example according to combustion reaction. Okay, for suppose C2H6 will be given combustion reaction. So if you take combustion reaction, I take here C2H6. This compound is ethane. This is hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means the compound which are made up of carbon and hydrogen. In this compound what will be there? Carbon and hydrogens are there. This is hydrocarbon. This hydrocarbon reacts with oxygen in the presence of air, because due to the reason oxygen acts as a supporter of combustion. So when it treated with oxygen, this carbon will able to form its corresponding oxide. Carbon forms its corresponding oxide. What is? Carbon dioxide. Smoke will be released when the combustion reaction takes place. This combustion takes place in the presence of either heat or light HNU or electric current, electric spark. So by passing heat or by passing current or by passing light spark, then only what will happens? Firing takes place. When the firing takes place, you know very well what will be releases? Heat and light energies are releases. When the firing takes place, you know very well, heat and light releases. So more amount of bulk amount of heat energy releases and light energy is releases. Okay, here what will happen? Carbon form its corresponding oxide CO2. CO2 means you know that whenever firing takes place, smoke releases. And another one will be there. What will be there here? Hydrogen. Hydrogen forms its corresponding oxide. What is? H2O. Water vapor. Entire this reaction is said to be combustion reaction. This is hydrocarbon. If you take hydrocarbon, if you take only carbon, that is also combustion reaction. Like if you take carbon, you should take that one. Like coal, charcoal, like that. If it burns with oxygen in the presence of heat, you should supply either heat energy. That means the combustion reaction takes place maybe in the presence of heat, maybe in the presence of light, maybe in the presence of current. So this carbon forms this corresponding oxide. When the charcoal burns, what will happen? Smoke will be released. Smoke is nothing but carbon dioxide. Smoke is nothing but what is? Carbon dioxide. Gas always represented as upward arrow. Whenever I put that one upward arrow, you can easily understand that is gas. Gases in the chemical reaction, how to convey that? It represents upward direction. So this is also which one, students? Combustion reaction. I hope you are very clear here. Next one, what is oxidation? This is also chemical properties of carbon compounds. Oxidation means what is? We are add oxygen. Simply, we are add oxygens. So carbon compounds like which one? For example, alcohols. Alcohols means in that one, the hydrocarbon which mainly contains what is? OH group are oxidized. Oxidized means, oxidation means you know very well. Oxidation means, what is oxidation means? Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogens, addition of oxygens or removal of hydrogens or loss of electrons. This is nothing but oxidation. What is? Loss of electrons. This is nothing but what is, students? Oxidation. Whenever oxygen is added or whenever hydrogen is removed, whenever electrons are loose or donated, then the process is called oxidation process. Here what I am saying that one, carbon compounds like alcohols are oxidized. To which one? Carboxylic acids. So alcohols are converts into which one? Carboxylic acid. That means the OH group convert into COOH group. Alcohols can be converted into carboxylic acids on heating with oxidizing agent. General oxidizing agent means you know very well, the substance which can oxidize itself but reduces the other substance, then the substance is said to be oxidizing agent. For your sake, once again I will repeat that. Oxidizing agent means the substance which can oxidize itself but reduces other substance. That is called what is? Oxidizing agent. Okay, students. Sorry, I made a mistake. Please allow me to correct it. Oxidizing agent means the substance which reduce itself, and oxidize other substance. That type of substance are called oxidizing agents. Like alkaline potassium permanganate. That means potassium permanganate means KMnO4, which is present in basic medium. Alkaline means base. So the substance which can reduce itself and oxidize the other substances, then the substance what we have taken, that is called oxidizing agent. Here, which is the best example of oxidizing agent means KMnO4. Potassium permanganate is acts as a oxidizing agent. Okay, students. So, if you take here alcohol, any type of alcohol, not only ethyl alcohol, ethanol, you should take propanol, butanol, pentanol, xenol, whatever it may be, you should take alcohol. In the presence of alkaline potassium permanganate, KMnO4 means potassium permanganate, or acidic K2Cr2O7 is called, this compound name, potassium dichromate. What is K2Cr2O7 means? Potassium dichromate, which is dichromate, which is present in which one? Acidic. So, potassium dichromate or KMnO4, alkaline KMnO4, these alcohols are converted into which one? Carboxylic acids. But carbon number does not changes. Here how many carbons are there? 2 carbons. That's why here also how many carbons? 2 carbons. So reactant side how many carbons are there? Product side. Product side means right hand side. The same number of carbon atoms are present in it. But what will happen here? Alcohol changes into carboxylic acids. Do you understand, students? Okay. For your sake I will take another example according to this one. For suppose given like this, butanol. What is the product here? Butanol means, but means 3 carbons, CH3, CH2, 4 carbons, CH2, 4 carbons are there. You know very well IUPAC names, 1, 2, I will take another color, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 carbons are there, but, single bonds are there, N, alcohol whenever present in secondary acts as a secondary suffix, ol. So this compound name is butanol. Do you agree with me or not? Butanol is the alcohol. This is butanol. Butanol. Because alcohol's secondary suffix name is senior. Whenever alcohol is acts as a senior most functional group, like secondary suffix, the end of the name is ol. In the presence of which one? Alkaline KMnO4. Alkaline KMnO4 or potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7 acidified. Acidic K2Cr2O7 potassium dichromate or alkaline means basic, alkaline potassium permanganate, we are given heat. This alcohol changes into carboxylic acid. This is OH, changes into carboxylic acid. Here you should remember that how many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the product side also how many carbons you should be maintained? 4 carbons. But functional group changes into carboxylic acid. So 4 carbons, CH3, CH2, CH2, which one, students? COOH. So how it will be there? This is CH3, CH2. Total how many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. That's why in the product side also 4 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means butanol changes into butanoic. COH will be there. You know that one functional group? Oic acid. So left side reactant side carbon atoms, right side carbon atoms are same, but functional group changes. Alcohol changes into carboxylic acid. For your sake, for better understanding, I will take another example here. CH3, CH2, CH2OH. How many carbons are there here? Tell me, students. 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons are there. Prop. Single bonds are there. N. Functional group, only one functional group is there, alcohol. Whenever alcohol is acts as senior most functional group, we are called ol. So now this is oxidized in the presence of where it is? Alkaline KMnO4, or either in the presence of which one? In the presence of alkaline KMnO4 or acidified potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7 and given heat. Heat can be represented by delta. In the presence of heat, what will happen, students? Here alcohol changes into carboxylic acid, but carbon number is same. How many carbons are there in the product side? 1, 2, 3 carbons. So CH3, CH2. Alcohol changes which one? Carboxylic acid. Now it is having how many carbons? 1, 2, 3. Reactant side carbons are 3. Product side carbon also 3. That's why this is propanol changes into propanoic acid. Propanoic acid. So what you have taken alcohol, that corresponding acids, we will get that one. Propanol. If you take propanol, you will get propanoic acid. If you take butanol, you will get butanoic acid. If you take pentanol, you should get pentanoic acid. If you take octanol, you should get octanoic acid. Which type of alcohol, if you take that one in the reactant side, the same nature of carboxylic acid we will get in the product side, right hand side. Students, have you catch my point? After that, addition reaction. Generally reactions are two types here: addition reactions as well as substitution reactions. First of all, I am going to teach you what is addition reaction means. In the addition reactions, we will add hydrogens here. So when the add hydrogens, the double bonded compounds, for suppose carbon carbon between double bond will be there, the double bond compounds changes into single bond. That means double bond means which one? Unsaturated compounds, na? Double bond, triple bonds are there. What is unsaturated compounds? Changes into which one? Saturated compounds. Unsaturated compounds changes into which one? Saturated compounds. That means double bond is eliminated. It converts into single bonds. So unsaturated hydrocarbons undergo addition reaction with hydrogen, which is reacted with hydrogen in the presence of nickel or palladium as a catalyst. Generally these are D block elements. Nickel or palladium, these two are either nickel, you should take that one, or palladium, you should take that one. These are acts as a catalyst. Catalyst means the substance which does not participate in chemical reaction but alters the chemical reaction, either increases or decreases the speed of the reaction. So nickel and palladium, which are acts as a catalyst. Here we are adding what is hydrogens. Then when you will add hydrogens, hydrogens are adding, here one hydrogen add, here one hydrogen add. When the two hydrogens are added, two carbons, then the double bond changes into single bond. Now this is, if you take ethene, you will get ethane. Okay students, if you take ethene, you will get ethane. If you take propene, unsaturated compound, you will get propane. If you take butene, it will convert into butane. When it will be possible? In the presence of nickel catalyst or palladium catalyst, you will addition with hydrogen. Okay, then unsaturated compound can be converted into saturated compound. That is addition reaction. This is ethene, carbon carbon between double bond is there. Here we will add hydrogens. When you will add these hydrogens in the presence of nickel catalyst or palladium catalyst, then this unsaturated compound, carbon carbon double bond, changes into which one, students? Carbon carbon double bond will be there, changes into carbon carbon single bond. Carbon carbon double bond changes into which one, students? Carbon carbon single bond. Carbon carbon double bond is there. This is unsaturated compound. This is unsaturated compound. In the product side, carbon carbon single bond is there. I had already mentioned within the box. Saturated compound. Do you agree with me or not? When it is possible, you will add with hydrogen. You will react with hydrogen. Then these two hydrogens are added to two carbons. Okay, in the double bond, both sides, each hydrogen will be added. Then double bond is eliminated, convert into single bond. So whenever you will add hydrogen, simple trick, whenever you will add hydrogen, unsaturation is eliminated, saturation is generated. Double bond is eliminated, saturated means single bond is generated. Okay students, that's why addition reaction. Unsaturated hydrocarbon, generally alkenes like ethene, propene, butene, pentene, alkenes are undergoes addition reactions with hydrogen in the presence of nickel catalyst or palladium catalyst to form a single saturated compound. Saturated means a single covalent bonds, the carbons which are connected with single covalent bonds. For suppose this is the ethene, here one example given, ethene changes into which one? Ethane. When it is possible, in the presence of nickel or palladium catalyst, we are adding hydrogens. These two hydrogens, that means each hydrogen added to double bond carbons both sides. Both sides of the double bond carbon, it will be added and double bond is eliminated and single bond is generated. That means unsaturated compound can be converted into saturated compound. The addition of hydrogen to unsaturated hydrocarbon to form saturated hydrocarbon is called hydrogenation. What is hydrogenation process means? The addition of hydrogen to unsaturated hydrocarbons, either double bond or triple bond, when you will be added, which one? Hydrogens, to form into saturated hydrocarbon. That phenomena is called hydrogenation. Hydrogenation is used to convert unsaturated oils and it will be converted into saturated oils. So oils means, saturated oils means fats. So if you take unsaturated fatty acids, unsaturated fatty acids, unsaturated fatty acids means you know that one, oils. Oils, what is unsaturated fatty acids? When it will be converted into saturated fatty acids, saturated fatty acids, fatty acids. Saturated fatty acids means you know that one, daldas. In market you know that one, dalda. Dalda is a saturated fatty acids. Our human body is essentials which one? We want to need unsaturated fatty acids. We don't prefer saturated fatty acids. Okay. The unsaturated fatty acids convert into saturated fatty acids. That means oils can be converted into daldas. In the oils, what will be there? Unsaturation will be there. Double bonds are present in it. In saturated fatty acids means only single covalent bonds, carbons which are connected with single covalent bond. This process, when the oils can be converted into daldas, when the unsaturated fatty acids can be converted into saturated fatty acids means, in the presence of nickel catalyst or palladium catalyst, you will do hydrogenation. What you will do hydrogenation? You will add hydrogens. When you will be add hydrogens to these oils, the unsaturation eliminated, it convert into saturated. Double bond is eliminated, single bond is generated. Here additional, we are adding hydrogen, that's why this is example of which reaction? Addition reaction. We are adding hydrogen, that's why this is addition reaction. The addition of hydrogen to convert unsaturated fatty acids into saturated fatty acids. The unsaturated hydrocarbon convert into saturated hydrocarbon. Here we are adding hydrogen. Unsaturated compound can be converted into saturated compound. We want to need what is hydrogen. This hydrogen is added, then only unsaturated compound into saturated compound. This one is called hydrogenation. This hydrogenation is used to convert unsaturated oils like unsaturated fatty acids convert into saturated oils, saturated fatty acids. That means dalda. This is called hydrogenation of oils. Okay. Here hydrogen is added. That's why this is called hydrogenation. Next one, some important compounds, preparations and properties are very important. According to 10th class, if you take here, ethyl alcohol will be given. Ethyl alcohol is the common name. What is the IUPAC name? Could you please tell me for this compound? To this compound, ethyl alcohol common name is common name of C2H5OH is ethyl alcohol. IUPAC name, students, tell me. IUPAC name is ethane. Ol. Alcohol will be there. Ol. This is IUPAC name. IUPAC name. Okay. Take here. What are the properties of ethyl alcohol or ethanol means? Generally, ethanol is a colorless liquid. At room temperature, it is a liquid and pleasant smell and burning taste. What is? Pleasant smell and burning taste. And it is soluble in water. Alcohols can be easily soluble in water. Okay, next, this ethyl alcohol or ethanol, ethyl alcohol means what is? C2H5OH. Whenever react with metals like sodium, magnesium, it forms salt. What the salt is? C2H5O minus Na plus. This is sodium ethoxide. This component what is? Sodium ethoxide is the salt. The salt only capable to form cation and anion. Sodium ethoxide. C2H5ONA means sodium ethoxide, which is the salt. Salt means it must be contain cation and anion, and liberated or release which gas? Hydrogen gas. So whenever alcohols react with metals to release which gas? Hydrogen gas, and forms the byproduct is salt. Okay students, this is one of the important property of alcohol, ethyl alcohol or ethanol. Here if you observe another example, ethanol means ethyl alcohol C2H5OH reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid. Which one? Concentrated sulfuric acid. Generally concentrated sulfuric acid is acts as dehydrating agent. That means in the compound, if you take any compound, it easily sucks water molecule, it easily absorbs water molecule. So in whenever you will add concentrated sulfuric acid, H2SO4, H2SO4 is nothing but sulfuric acid. Whenever you will add hot concentrated sulfuric acid to the alcohol, that sulfuric acid can be easily sucks, can easily can be easily absorbing water molecules to form ethene. Ethyl alcohol, if you take ethanol, you should take ethene. Propanol, you should take propene. Butanol, you should take that one butene. So when it sucks water molecule, absorbing water molecule, the ethanol changes into ethene. If you take propanol, propanol changes into propene. What type of alcohol have you taken in the reactant side? The corresponding alkene will be formed in the product side. Propanol, if you take that one, propene you will get in the product side. If you take butanol, you will get butene in the presence of which one? Hot concentrated sulfuric acid. That's why this is dehydrating agent. Concentrated H2SO4 is acts as a what is? It is acts as a dehydrating agent. Dehydrating. Hydrating means water. Dehydrating means absorbing the water, removing the water molecules from that compound. So alcohol is there. Inside the alcohol, from that alcohol, what will happen? This concentrated sulfuric acid, when you will be added to alcohol, it can be easily sucks the, easily absorbs the, can be easily remove the water molecules from alcohol. So that's why concentrated H2SO4 is acts as a dehydrating agent. Okay, students, do you agree with me or not? Dehydrating agent. That means it absorbs water or remove the water from the organic compound. This is alcohol. Okay. It removes water molecules. It will be changes into ethene. Ethanol you have taken, then you will get ethene. If you take propanol, you will get propane. Okay, students, have you understood or not? For suppose I should take here butanol, CH3, CH2. For suppose I should take here propanol. Okay. For your sake, for better understanding, I will write the structure like this. CH3, CH2. This carbon containing two hydrogens, we have to write like this. H, H. Okay. If you write this one, I made a mistake. Please allow me to make correct it. CH3, CH2. How many hydrogens are there? Two hydrogens are there, the middle carbon, and the terminal carbon containing two hydrogens along with alcohol. Am I correct or not? Now what will happen here? In the presence of hot concentrated sulfuric acid. So this is actually concentrated sulfuric acid is acts as a dehydrating agent. That means it absorbs water molecule from the organic compound what you have taken. Which one I have taken here? Propanol. Okay. So this hot concentrated sulfuric acid remove the water molecule. So what will happen here? Here H and OH will be removed in the form of H2. This is absorbed by sulfuric acid. When the water molecule is eliminated, the single bond can be converted into double bond. Carbon-carbon in between. What will happen? This carbon and this carbon in between, single bond changes into which one? Double bond. Understood or not? So alcohol is eliminated in the form of water molecule. So students, here what will happen? Finally, CH3, CH, water molecule when will be eliminated, it will be gets unsaturation. The saturated compound can be converted into unsaturated CH2. We can write this one is CH3, CH, double bond, CH2. Molecular formula what is? C3H6. C3H6 means propene. So propanol I have taken. Here what I have taken here? Propanol. What I will get here? Propane. What I will get here? Propane. Am I correct or not? Propanol I have taken, that's why I will get propene. That's why what I will get here? Propene. Because why it is propene? 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons are there, prop. Double bond is there, ene. So here I take that one, what is? Propanol. Am I correct or not? Here what I take that one? What I have taken? Propanol. I will get propene. If you take butanol, in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, you will get butene, 4 carbons along with double bond. Pentanol, if you take that one, you will get what is pentene. Octanol, if you take that one, you will get what is octane. It can be alcohols can be converted into alkenes. Okay, students, I hope you are very clear here. This is the way how to write the which one? In the presence of dehydrating agents like concentrated sulfuric acid or concentrated nitric acid, the alcohols can be converted into alkenes. What are the uses of ethyl alcohol or ethanol? Ethanol means what is C2H5OH. The common name is ethyl alcohol. Ethyl, what is, students? Ethyl alcohol. IUPAC name what is? This is common name, na? This is common name. Common name. What is the IUPAC name? I had already told you. IUPAC name is 2 carbons are there, eth, ane, ol. Alcohol, when it will be acts as a secondary suffix, end of the name is ol. This is which one? IUPAC name. Okay. What are the uses of ethyl alcohol or ethanol? Generally, ethanol is used for making alcoholic drinks, like you know very well in market what will be there, like gin, wine, beer, that type of alcohols drinks when it is prepared with ethanol, ethyl alcohol. And another one is it is used as a solvent. Solvent means substances are dissolved in this type of liquid. Generally ethanol is the liquid, so that's why it is acts as a solvent. Generally what you will be added, that is solute. What you will be added, that is what is solute. Solute. What you will add. What you will add. What you will add. Generally what you will add it, that is solute. Solvent means what it dissolves itself. What it dissolves. What it dissolves. Dissolves. That is what is solvent. For your sake, I take one example. Camphor, if you take that one. Camphor is dissolved in alcohol. I will take this one here. This is what is alcohol, is the liquid. Alcohol. Alcohol is the liquid. Okay. So camphor dissolved in alcohol. Camphor is soluble in alcohol. Camphor is dissolved in alcohol. So here what I have added here, what you will be added, that is solute. So camphor is added. That's why this is acts as a solute. That's why this is what is solute. What it dissolves here, the camphor is dissolved by the alcohol. This is the liquid. So what it dissolves here, so that is called solvent. That is what is solvent. Do you agree with me or not? Whenever you will take solute plus solvent, what will happen? This is solute. Camphor is solute. Alcohol is solvent. When you will be added, solute is added to solvent. Solute is added to which one? Solvent. Then you will get solute is added to which one? Solvent. Then you will get what is solution. Then you will get which one, students? Solute. When it will be added to solvent, you will get what is solute is added to solvent. Then you will get solution. Here I added camphor. What you will be added, that is a solute. What it dissolves here? Alcohol is dissolved. The camphor is dissolved by the alcohol. What it dissolved, that is called solvent. So solute added to solvent, then you will get what is solution. For your sake, salt is there, dissolved in water, we will get salt solution. Sugar will be there, dissolved in water, sugar solution. Okay, students, glucose will be there, dissolved in water, you will get glucose solution. Salt, sugar, glucose are solutes because we are added. Water is dissolves those substances. That's why that is solvent. Solute plus solvent always gives solutions. Salt added in water, you will get salt solution. Sugar added in water, you will get sugar solution. uh, Glucose added in water, you will get glucose solution, because solute plus solvent is nothing but solution. Solute generally taken as less quantity, solvent is taken as more quantity. That means camphor you should take in little quantity, alcohol taken in a more quantity. Generally solutes are less quantity representation, solvents are more quantity. Then you will get what is solutions. So generally alcohols are used as a which one? Ethyl alcohols are used as a solvent. Ethyl alcohol is used as a what is organic solvent. So most of the organic substances are dissolved in alcohol because it is a organic solvent. It is capable to dissolve organic substances. And ethanol or ethyl alcohol is used for making medicines. It is used in the preparation of what is medicines, like tincture of iodine, and it is used as a cough syrup, and it is used in tonics. In tonics or cough syrups or tincture of iodines, ethyl alcohol is used as a medicine. So these are the important which one uses of ethyl alcohol or ethanol. In the next session we will have to discuss about acetic acid. This IUPAC name is, this is acetic acid is common name, carboxylic acid, CH3COOH is acetic acid, this is common name. IUPAC name is ethanoic acid. What is ethanoic acid? Two carbons are there, 1 2 eth, in between single bond is there N. COOH, whenever it is acts as a functional group, secondary suffix, we know that oic acid. So finally this compound name is ethanoic acid. This is IUPAC name na. So this ethanoic acid properties, what is physical properties, what is chemical properties, what is how to prepare the ethanoic acids, and what are the applications of acetic acid or ethanoic acid, we will have to discuss about next session. Students, today's session is over. Thank you for bearing me. Good day. See you. Bye.